Your instruction manual will have a chapter with a maintenance chart. Study this carefully and follow the maintenance procedures and timelines as described in the manual. If any maintenance needs to be performed that is not included in the manual or that you are incapable of performing yourself, take the machine to your nearest steel dealer to have that work performed prior to using the cutoff machine again. Before beginning your work, do a quick check of these items to make sure the components of your cutoff machine are all in good order and working properly. Check the machine over for loose or missing fasteners and tighten or replace if necessary. Check the throttle trigger and throttle trigger interlock and stop switch to make sure they are working properly. Inspect the wheel guard and assure that it is mounted properly and that it doesn't have any cracks or damage. If you find that it does, do not use this cutoff machine until the proper repairs have been made. Check the machine's anti-vibration mounts and assure that they are functioning properly. Make certain the handles are free of moisture, oil, and grease. Inspect the muffler and make sure that the spark arrestor screen is clean and not plugged with carbon. Clean or replace the screen if necessary. It's now time to install the wheel on your cutoff machine. First, make certain that the wheel you are planning on using is in good and undamaged condition, and that it is the proper wheel for the work you will be doing. Also make sure that the guard is in good condition, fastened securely and positioned so that sparks, dust, and cut material are deflected away from the operator and cannot reach flammable surroundings. The engine must always be off and the engine cooled before installing or inspecting any wheel or performing any maintenance to the machine. Now, block the shaft with the locking pin by inserting the pin through the hole in the pulley guard until the locking pin engages in one of the pulley spaces behind the guard. You will probably need to rotate the shaft slightly back and forth until you feel the pin engage. Fit the wheel onto the arbor, paying attention to the arrow on the wheel if it is a diamond wheel, so that the arrow is always pointing in the same direction as the forward rotation of the arbor. Composite wheels can be mounted either side. Install the thrust washer, making sure the tabs engage with the shaft grooves. Screw in the hex bolt and tighten. This should be hand tightened with the supplied wrench. You can now remove the locking pin from the drive belt guard. Next, you will want to make sure that the drive belt is tensioned properly. Follow the instructions in your machine's instruction manual for the procedure to properly adjust the tension on your machine's belt. Seen here is Stihl's automatic spring action belt tensioning device that is standard on all current Stihl models. To initially tension the belt, loosen the 3 hex bolts. Make sure the tension nut shown here is pointed and locked at 0. If it is not, with your machine's wrench, turn the tensioning nut counterclockwise approximately 1/4 turn until it reaches and locks in 0. The tension nut is spring-loaded, so always hold your wrench securely. Now turn the nut clockwise and it will engage. The belt is now automatically tensioned properly. Now tighten the 3 hex bolts. Once the belt has been initially tightened, the belt can be retensioned by simply loosening the 3 hex bolts. The belt will automatically be tensioned by the force of the tensioning spring. Retighten the hex bolts and you are done.